27 million hits says to me that people are really hungry for romance and love. Was it love at first sight for the both of you?
No. No.
So now you get ready to tell us the other side.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun here today. Hey! Welcome. Ladies, you've been dating him for years. You've even met his parents and you're convinced he's your Prince Charming. And men, she's the love of your life. You've been committed to her for years and you know that you want to spend the rest of your life together. So what's holding you back from popping the question, getting hitched, living your happily ever after? On today's show, we're asking couples, what are you waiting for? Today, you're going to meet two couples. One couple waited nearly 4 years to get married. And for that potential bride-to-be, it seemed like forever. The other couple has been waiting twice as long, nearly 8 years. So why the wait? You're gonna find out. Tell your friends, your world is next.
Changing one life, time after time. Oh Lord, we do it all for you.
Through the trials I see, I'll always believe a new life starts with me. Yeah. Oh, change your world today. Change is gonna come your way. Change and get an understanding. His grace will transform you.
When Alfred Duncan proposed to his girlfriend Sherrell and threw her a wedding all in the same day, it became the love story of the year, seen around the world when it went viral on social media with more than 27 million hits. My guest waited for 4 years for her boyfriend to finally pop the question. And just like many couples, the Duncans went through their fair share of ups and downs, highs and lows. But in the end, they managed to come out on top together. They are here with us today to share the parts of their love story you haven't heard. Let's welcome Alfred and Sherrell Duncan, also known by their hashtag as Forever Duncan. 27 million hits.
Yeah.
Says to me that people are really hungry for romance and love. Just how you went through this whole deal was just, well, let me ask you, was it love at first sight for the both of you?
No. No.
So now you get ready to tell us the other side.
Yeah. No, it definitely wasn't love at first sight. To be honest with you, I didn't like my wife. I knew of her. She was a very popular person in our area where we live. I just didn't like her. I didn't like the character that I saw via social media and what she stood for at that time. She was a model. She owned a modeling agency and she was also a club promoter. And so she would just like really let loose.
Red light, baby.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun here today.
She would just let loose on social media, and you know, I just didn't see her as a woman of substance at that time.
So Sherrell, before that red light turned green, you began a personal journey.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, after I had my daughter, yay, shout out to her. After I had her in 2010, I lost my business. Like he said, I owned a modeling agency. I did club promotions and things like that. And once I got pregnant, I got really sick. And I couldn't manage my business, so my business had plummeted. So after I had my baby, I had to go to work. And I've never been the type of person that worked for anyone. So I was very depressed about losing my business. And I started abusing alcohol. I became very depressed. It was a very tough time for me. I gained over 100 pounds, would put me up to over 300 pounds. I tried to commit suicide twice. I had a mild heart attack, and that's when my life took a turn.
Wow.
Yeah. So in January of 2013, I started my fitness journey, and I lost over 100 pounds. And that's when he was checking me out.
So this is
checking me out.
This is how amazing God is, because through 2007 through 2010, I didn't like who she stood for. And then when she went on her fitness journey, she posted it on social media, and she posted a picture of her being 300 plus pounds. And she said, you know, I'm not sure exactly what she said, but she basically said, Lord, help me. I want to go, I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I started to pay attention. And as I watched her, the things that I didn't like about her started to shed with the weight. So her discouraging women started to turn into her encouraging women. And her being a woman who I considered one that didn't have substance, you just started seeing God just pour substance in her over and over.
You are turning me on.
again.
I'm sorry.
So that's when I started paying attention to my wife. She's always been beautiful, but
So he knows how to make deposits in the love
bank.
bank.
Oh my goodness! Listen. I'm telling you, I'm so glad we married. Shout out to Jesus for that.
So when did y'all become an official couple?
Tell him the date. You know the date.
the date was July the 2nd of 2014.
That's
He
pretty
know
powerful.
the dates.
Yeah.
He know the dates. He's
this
a
is-
serious
this-
man.
No, it's just she just poured in my head all the time. That's all. But yeah, before that though, we were quote unquote courting, and that was a tough time.
It was rough. It was rough. I'm sorry, baby.
No, you got it.
He I wanted him so bad. I had never in my life had a conversation with a man that it was so, it just magnified his personality. And I never saw that before. He was so different. At first, I honestly thought he was corny back in the day, but then the conversations were very simple, but deep. And I noticed at that moment, I always had surface conversations, and I never had deep conversations with men or in the relationships that I was in. And I immediately fell in love with him. And I was like, what is going on? I don't deal with dudes like this. I deal with like, not this, you know what I mean? And it just was like.
What are you saying? You thought he was
in tune with, because I used to refer to myself as Sherrell Labella, but he was just like my family. He was wanting to pull out of me. And trying to just embrace that I don't have to create this illusion for him as I did for the public and for the entertainment. Just be you, and I'll accept you for that.
So even though you guys were a couple, describe some of the ups and downs.
Okay,
and
I'm glad you said it.
breakups
Yes.
and all those kind of
I
things.
wanted to get to that.
Because
I
this sounds like a great fairy tale, but the reality is it really takes some work to develop a relationship.
So,
Yes.
yeah, the fairy tale is at the end. Happily ever after is at the end. Like, everything else leading up to that actually creates that fairy tale.
So, you made a decision. Of course, I believe you knew a lot sooner
Yes,
that this was your husband.
yes, I did.
But you didn't feel the same way, right? And if not, how long did it take you before you were sure that she was your wife?
So, okay, so I told you we've been through ups and downs. So, one weekend we spent a whole weekend together. It was an amazing weekend. I've never had this much fun with a woman in my life, And so this was the day that I decided to tell her, I really love you. So I wake up. I get in the shower because I have to go to work. She leaves to go to do her personal training. While I'm in the shower, I take a long shower, so the shower's like 30 minutes. She sends a text message while I'm in the shower confessing her love to me. Now she feels comfortable, so she's confessing her love to me. So now, mind you, I'm in the shower. So that's after the first 15 minutes. I guess she didn't get a response, so she sends another text message.
Over it.
So when I get out the shower, I have 2 text messages on my phone. I look at my text messages. I love you, blah, blah. I'm smiling and all of that because I'm about to tell her the same thing. Then I go to the second text message. It says, lose my number. Lose my number. I can't believe I did this with you and blah, 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 blah. So
He ain't answer quick enough. He ain't answer
yeah.
quick enough.
So I didn't respond, but after that we started spending a great amount of time
No,
together.
we didn't talk.
Yeah,
for
we
like
didn't talk.
4 months.
Yeah, we didn't talk for like 4 months. But then when we came back,
Y'all didn't talk like 4 months after that?
Yeah, after that we didn't talk for 4 months.
that was a lot of like month breakups.
Yeah.
So what brought y'all back together after 4 months?
It was just we just.
Well, I was doing a demo at this. I was doing a fitness demo at this thing in DC. It's like a big festival, and he saw me, and he was on the other side of the gate. They have like music there. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a very popular festival, and I was doing a demo there, and he called my phone, and I looked, and I was like, oh.
Mind you, I'm at the gate. So
He can see me.
I can see her. I'm calling her, and I'm looking at her respond to the
like,
phone.
ugh.
She's doing all of this. Oh my God.
And so it got to like the last ring. And I had to answer it. So I answered it, and he was like, look to your left. And I looked over, and I seen him on a bike on the other side of the fence. And I walked over to him. And I was being I was just being nasty and petty.
Yes.
I didn't want to be like that, though.
Very nasty and petty.
It hurt me to be like that. Honestly, at that moment, my heart was just like, stop. Just let go. You know, it's over. You're done. You know, but I just couldn't. So he's seen how nasty I was being, and he just like, all right, man, I'll holler at you later.
And then I went home.
And then tell him what happened,
and then
baby.
30 minutes later, you know that one that tell him how you feel.
Yeah.
That person called me and said, yeah, would you like to go get something to eat?
Yes. And what'd she say?
And I said, yeah.
Yes.
And then
we were back.
and ever since then we've been together.
Okay.
We've been together.
Okay, so you guys are back together. You've gone through all of that. I don't have a name for what y'all just went through.
I don't even.
But you've gone through all of that, and now you make this decision that you're preparing to pop the big question. Take us on that journey all the way to the altar.
So it's like, I already know she's gonna be my wife. She already knows that I'm gonna propose. Let me take it a step higher and just marry her. Because there's no point in proposing to her and then waiting 3 months.
So you proposed and had the wedding all in the same day.
Yep. We normally go to this restaurant, and it has like a secluded area with a closed door. And my family and her family was already there. So we came and had lunch, and then after that, I went into the room. She didn't see me go in the room, and I told her daughter to go out and get her. So her daughter went out and get her. By this time, she already knows what's going on as far as the proposal. So she comes in the room, and then I propose to her. Well, instead of giving her a ring, I give her a business card for the concierge at this very big hotel in D.C., and they were in on it too. She then goes to the hotel. Now, my wife is very habitual with her hair, her makeup, her nails. She goes to the same people all over, like every single time. So, and then also we are brand ambassadors of a fashion company in our area. And so she actually designed her dress without knowing it. What I did was convince the owner of the clothing line to convince her that she was creating this dress or this line for thick women.
And curvy women.
So for the
3 months.
2 to 3 months, she was coming, taking measurements, asking
And
her.
I was creating fabric.
And the whole time she's creating her
creating
dress.
my own
Yeah, the
wedding
whole
dress.
time she's creating her dress. So when she went to the hotel, you know, all of her clients and friends were there, and they were celebrating with her, and they told her that she was gonna get ready to take a engagement photo shoot. But while she's there, everybody starts pouring in. Her makeup artist pours in, her head pours in, her nail person pours in, and then the dress comes in. And so she's putting all of this stuff on, thinking that she's just going to a photo engagement shoot. And so then they put blindfolds on her and told her that she can't see the location in which she was going. Then they drove her to the location. Now, I was already at the location.
Along with 300 other people.
Yeah, it was 300 people. I told them that this was like a surprise birthday where we have to be silent when she pulls up. But when, you know, they take the blindfolds off, we're not going to yell surprise. The music is just going to start playing, and then we're going to go with the procession. And, I mean, it worked to a T. It worked to a T.
Man, that took a lot of planning, a lot of strategy, and a whole lot of love to bring it together. All right, from your perspective, you're going through this and you're there. They removed the blind. Tell us about that moment. The moment when you realized what was going on.
Well, I told my husband the only desires that I had, because I just wanted to go to the justice of the peace. I was just ready to marry him. I told him we would get married in our bed. But when I told him the only things that I wanted was I wanted my dad to give me away, and I wanted my granny to live to see me get married. And when they took the blindfold off, gosh. Okay.
You got tissue, you put the
I know,
tissue
just
right
relax.
there. You want me to hold it?
I took the blindfold, when they took the blindfold off and I saw my dad in a suit. My dad wears shorts all year round. And I saw my dad, I literally was about to pay. I knew that I was about to get married because he was in a suit. And I honestly, the first thing I could think about was, thank you for speaking to him, God. Thank you for staying with him. Thank you for showing him the way. And I was so proud of him. It was the wedding was awesome, but I was so proud of my husband. You did all of this for me. You love me this much.
Value,
you know?
huh?
Yes, I was blown away.
This is so awesome. Now look, when we come back, we're gonna meet a couple who has been dating for 8 years and still haven't tied the knot. She's waiting and asking, what are you waiting for? Stay tuned, their story is next. It's been 8 years. Dude, when are you going to propose? Do you need me to do it? What are you waiting for?
I want to work on that, and I think today I want to take one of the steps.
Oh!
Join Pastor Taffy Dollar and the Radical Women's Ministry for the 2017 Radical Revolution Women's Conference, March 16th through the 18th, featuring Cynthia Brazelton, Connie Smith, Toya Exnicious, Bernice King, Jacqueline Carr, Ty Tribbett, our very own Taffy Dollar, Catherine Bruton, Pastor Creflo Dollar, Michael Smith, Willie Moore Jr., and World Changers Music. Register today at taffydollar.org or text RADICAL 2017 to 51555.
Welcome back. Now, what would you consider the appropriate amount of time for a dating couple to get married? Would it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Well, Anthony and Krissy have been dating nearly 8 years, even though they would say they fell in love only months after they met and are convinced they want to spend the rest of their lives together. It's to the point that friends, family, and even Krissy have been wondering, what are you waiting for? Well, today we're going to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Anthony and Krissy. Let's start with you, Krissy. What was it that took you from being friends to dating?
His commitment to being my friend, first of all. When all other friends turned against me and left me during my darkest time, because the year before I had just lost my dad. So I was going through a lot, you know, trying to figure out myself and how I was going to go on after this tremendous loss, because it's never easy to lose a parent.
Right.
So he came at just the right time.
Wow.
For me, because he was easy to talk to. We had a lot of things in common. So I was like, okay, he's my friend, so let's see where is this going to go? How much further can we take this? And here we are 8 years later, friends and still dating.
That laugh that you have right now, there's so much behind that laugh.
Oh, it's quite a bit.
What about you, Anthony? What took you from friendship to the place that you guys are today?
Basically the same thing. We was just spending a whole bunch of time together. Like, there was nowhere else I wanted to be. We was always hanging together, and then I don't even think it was a question, like, do you want to be girlfriend or boyfriend? It just was something that just happened. Like, it was a what would you call it? We both just knew that it was definitely about to happen. Like, we was definitely going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, so.
So you guys were pretty transparent with one another.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can kind of talk about anything.
We both wanted the same thing, so.
Yeah. So when did you know you were in love with him and wanted to be married to him one day?
It was after I took him to the queen and the co-queen in training, my mom and sister.
Okay, because I thought y'all went to London there for a moment, you know?
No. My mom and sister, it's like, of course, I had to fill him out, figure him out, you know, see what he was all about before I took him to the final step. And so once he made their approval, I was like, okay, he's a keeper.
You know I got to ask this question. The frustration that you've experienced concerning it's been 8 years, dude. When are you going to propose? Do you need me to do it? When are you gonna propose to me?
Oh, yeah. And it has been, and he'll joke about this all the time. He said, well, it's 2016. The women can do it now. I said, okay, do not be surprised when I come in here with my box and get on my one knee and be like, okay, so we gonna do this or what? Like, don't be surprised. So.
But it's something about the hunt.
Right.
The man, you know,
it's
going
like,
on the hunt, man, and
exactly,
and not
like,
robbing that away from him, because it's like the day you rob him of that, then that's gonna go into marriage, and you'll be doing that the whole time.
Exactly.
You know, it's almost like that other saying that says, "Why in the world am I gonna?" I think it goes like this, you know, "Why pay for the milk when I bought the cow?" or something like that. It's the same deal, and so this has been a very serious source of frustration. I mean, you love him and everything, but 8 years, I'm telling you, that's like so awesome to still be with somebody for 8 years. That's pretty awesome. So Anthony, I got like this big question. All right, and you know what I'm gonna ask you, right? Join me, ready? What are you waiting for?
Well, you know, we trying to get back into church and get back better with God, with each other as a couple. So I want to work on that, and I think today I want to take one of the steps to, you know, get us out of sin. You know.
Okay.
Make sure you straight.
Good.
You ready?
Yeah, listen.
Let me give you some room.
No. Kristen Arkell Dixon. My other half. Love of my life. Will you please be my wife?
Yes. Oh my God.
Did it go on? We'll resize it.
We can get it resized. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I cannot believe you did that.
What? I thought you weren't going to cry on TV.
I was not expecting that.
That was so smooth, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That was so smooth. What?
Really was.
What?
Okay, I want you to respond. Were you expecting that?
No, not at all.
What happened?
You know, it's all said and done with now, right?
What? That's just the engagement.
Thank you. I mean, I'm in a state of shock right now. I went from being nervous to like, I'm shocked. Like, I don't even have words right now.
What? Love you.
I love you too. Oh my goodness.
You get to marry your best friend.
My best friend.
And that's I mean, you get to wake up with your best friend. You get to do all these things with your best friend. And the great thing about it is being together and getting older together. I love my wife more now, after 30-something years, than when I first met her. Why? Because I can't imagine living in this earth without her. And I think you both have found the person you can't live without.
No.
You know? That's so important that we celebrate marriage institution. We celebrate the institution of marriage. I told you today's program was going to be a special one. Aren't you glad you watched? And you know, making the decision to walk down the aisle is a big life decision. As Sherrell and ALFRED mentioned, not only did they go to premarital counseling, they also decided to wait until marriage and practice abstinence. By deciding to wait, they took the time to get to know each other and make sure God was at the center in their relationship, and as a result, are happily married today. Now, if you're thinking about getting married, or even if you've already tied the knot, there are some things you can do to continue to build trust, healthy communication, and a relationship that will last the test of time. Here's how.
Marriage is one of the biggest commitments of all. How do you know when you've found the one? And once you've found the one, when is it the right time to ask the question? The couples on our program today, ALFRED and Sherrell, and Anthony and Krissy, had trouble popping the question, but both knew that they couldn't live without each other. So it leaves the question, what are you waiting for to be asked? What happens once you're happily married and are starting to have relationship issues, financial troubles, communication problems, or a loss of commitment? To help you get through your marital fears and trials and tribulations, Dr. Dollar has an extensive 4-CD series, The Fulfilling Marriage, that will give you the keys to unlocking a powerful and prosperous marriage, surrounded by God's vision that He has for you. This CD will make sure that God is at the center point of your marriage and guide you to a more open, communicative, and understanding relationship with your partner. Dr. Dollar has also included his widely popular Life Talk CD to help you break free from the financial burden that has been set upon you. Life Talks will give you the skills you need to be generous, debt-free, and financially conscious. But that's not all. In this limited time offer, you will also receive a DVD of today's full interview so you can relive all the joy from today's show. Today, in Dr. Dollar's exclusive TV offer, we're giving you The Fulfilling Marriage to propel your marriage into eternal and unconditional love. Life Talks to help you regain control of your finances. And a DVD with the full interview of today's show for only $35. You don't want to miss out on this special offer. Call today or go on our website to get this amazing bundle and see how you can say goodbye to marital troubles and financial strain once and for all. Thank you, partners and friends. Your love and financial support makes it possible to bring this message into millions of homes all across the globe.